Welcome to Total Retail Talks, your podcast channel for retail knowledge.
Hello, retail professionals, and welcome to episode 14 of Total Retail Talks. I'm Joe Keenan, Executive Editor of Total Retail. Today I'm joined by Jennifer Farrelly, Director of Human Resources at Lorna Jane, a retailer of women's activewear and sportswear. We're going to be discussing Lorna Jane's seasonal hiring strategy. Thanks for joining me, Jennifer.
Thanks, Joe. Glad to be here.
My first question is, can you talk a little bit about Lorna Jane's strategy when it comes to hiring seasonal employees for the holidays?
Absolutely. We start early, so we start around the back-to-school time, advertising that we are always looking for great candidates. And we don't get stuck just on retail candidates. We look at individuals from all different industries. So they may be personal trainers. They could be teachers that are going to be off for winter break that may want to earn a few extra dollars. So we don't just look for people who have worked in retail. And I think that that's one of the biggest strategies, because we open up our pool to a lot of really amazing qualified individuals who really do connect with our brand.
And how about post holidays? Does Lorna Jane give these seasonal workers the opportunity to become full-time employees if they so wish?
Absolutely. We consider every single one of our seasonal hires after the holiday season. We look at every store individually to see where the hiring needs are, or, we do have people who leave us during the holiday season, so there may be openings, and if there are openings, we absolutely will consider our seasonal team members first.
And then how about the types of positions that Lorna Jane is looking to fill this holiday season? Curious about this year versus, has it changed from previous years, or what are the types of the jobs that you hire for the busy holiday season?
Typically, they are in-store retail positions, so what we call active stylists, which would be your typical customer service rep or sales associate in the retail stores. So those are typically the positions that we fill during the holiday season. They typically are also part-time, so under 30 hours or about 29 hours. So anywhere between 4 or 5 hours a week all the way up to that 29 hours a week. We could possibly bring on full-time seasonal help as well, but mostly it is part-time in-store positions. We do look also at our warehouse and distribution center to see if we needed to add any additional staff based on getting additional product or any type of increase for the back of house. We typically don't bring in a lot of help from a home office or support center perspective, because everybody really is in the holiday season focused out there in the field in our brick and mortar stores.
Yeah, kind of just as a follow-up to that, I'd be interested to kind of know your guys' experience with more consumers choosing to shop online seemingly every year. You hear of increases. Have you found that you've had to start looking to hire more seasonal employees specific for the warehouse when it comes to fulfilling orders and getting online orders shipped?
I think next year will be the first year that we will be doing that. So here in the United States, while what we like to call our big sister, our Lorna Jane brand is based out of Australia. So we've been doing business in Australia for 30 years. However, here in the U.S., we have only been doing business for about 3 years. So this is our third holiday season, and each year we've grown. This year we actually had the need in our e-commerce business to actually fulfill a regular full-time position for our warehouse for fulfillment, as well as a full-time customer service position in our service center. So those were actually 2 additions to staff this year, meaning that we didn't need to bring in anybody temporarily. But as we grow, and I can see for next year, holiday season, not only could we potentially be adding regular full-timers to that division because of the growth that we expect. In fact, we expect it to double this fiscal year. But also I can see the possibility of bringing in seasonal workers next year to support the warehouse e-commerce fulfillment, and then also on the customer service side.
And then lastly, Jennifer, do you have any tips for our audience of retailers to ensure that to help them as to hire quality employees for this holiday season?
Well, hopefully they've already started. The best thing is to recruit all year round. So recruiting never stops, or recruiting never sleeps. I say that as well. Always having something up in the brick and mortar stores and or in your online presence saying that, we're always looking for great candidates, because you never know who's going to walk through your front door, whether it's your virtual front door or your actual brick and mortar front door. So always looking for people, and then making sure that you keep that pipeline of great people, even if you don't have a position for them right now. You may, next season or down the road. And so keeping those folks that could be great possibilities to join the team, keeping them warm, keeping them in your network, and keeping that relationship going so that when you do have a need, they're right there ready to go for you. I also suggest not only to start early and to always be recruiting and to have that great pipeline to pull from, always plan on hiring for the long term. So even though you are hiring people seasonally or for a particular time period, always plan on hiring them as if you were hiring them into your business as a regular employee. So I always suggest, especially in industries like retail, where we do have somewhat of an unsophisticated workforce, where there isn't a lot of opportunity for loss, whether it's monetary loss or product loss. Definitely recommend doing background screenings on all candidates post-offer, pre-start, and also doing that with your seasonal team members. You want to make sure that you're protected during the busiest time of the year as a retailer, and making sure that you know who's in your business. And oftentimes, people who are looking for that temporary seasonal work they can possibly take advantage of retailers that don't do due diligence on the front end. Also, to make things easier on the back end of the holiday season, if it's horrible, and having been in this situation once in my career, I will never get there again, but not doing backgrounds on your seasonal team members and then turning around after the season to offer them full-time employment, only to have them then go through a background and not pass it, and not be eligible for regular full-time employment, puts you in a really awkward position. Not only does it compromise your business and possibly open your business up to risk, but then now you have someone who has worked for you in a temporary capacity, who now you're saying, I'm sorry, but we just checked your background and you don't meet our employment eligibility criteria. That could get you in a lot of issues. Not only is it a difficult conversation to have with that individual, but I could see that also taking a company and getting them into some legal issues as well. So you just don't want those surprises. But then also, it just keeps your business very safe, and it just protects you and, of course, your employees and your customers from negligent hiring or other legal issues.
Great. Well, I think that's some great advice for our audience. I want to take this opportunity to thank Jennifer Farrelly of Lorna Jane for her time. Please check out our podcast channel page, mytotalretail.com/podcasts, for show notes. Total Retail Talks is available on iTunes and Stitcher, but make sure to subscribe on our podcast channel page as well. Lastly, please follow us on Twitter at mytotalretail. Thanks, and I look forward to you joining us on the next episode of Total Retail Talks.